Welcome to Fantasy and Enchantment, where I describe fantasy books to my husband and see if he's enchanted. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Justin.
I'm pretty sure at this point Justin doesn't even remember what series we're talking about.
Fact, I do not. I just kind of assumed we were starting something new, but I guess not.
Nope.
You got this big fat book on the counter, and I just thought it was going to be that one.
No, we're not. I have not even started the notes for When the Moon Hatched, by the way. It's just sitting there waiting.
Also, there's way too many pages in that particular book, so I'm not excited about it.
That one's definitely going to be at least a two-parter.
Yeah, there's a lot of pages there.
Yes.
No books need to be that long.
Okay. Anyway, part 3 of the Kingdom of the Wicked series.
Okay.
This one is Kingdom of the Feared.
Okay.
Also, content warnings, swearing, adult language.
That's a thing. We do.
Yeah.
Here.
And spoilers for the book and the series.
Spoiled.
Yes. Justin's going to ruin it for you. Real sorry about that.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it is. So, I'm assuming you're going to need a lot of recaps.
Let's get at least a little bit of recap.
Okay.
It's been a little over a week since
Yeah.
we last did this. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the last time I feel like we took like 2.5 weeks off over Thanksgiving, and that was a lot tougher. So this shouldn't be too bad. I'm not completely brain dead. But,
We'll see.
But it is the holidays, and I hate it.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Amelia
Okay.
had a twin sister,
She dead.
Victoria. Yeah,
Then she wasn't dead, right?
Yeah, at the end of the last book, we found out that Victoria was not dead.
Lies. Not dead.
She's in this weird, like, betrothal agreement with Wrath,
Yeah, the devil.
who is the devil.
Who pretended to not be the devil, but turns out he was the devil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's like this whole process they have to go through to complete their marriage, which first involves fucking and then
Right.
involves like a ceremony.
Fucking before the ceremony.
Yes.
Okay. As we did.
Yes.
As it turns out.
That's how we did it.
Yeah.
And the end of the last book was actually like her saying, like, okay, let's go to bed. Let's get started on this bond thing.
Let's do the sex. Full
Yes.
sex.
Full sex.
Full
Yes.
sex. All the sex.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, I'll fill you in on as we
We'll
go.
just get there as, yeah.
But we still need to do the description
And the cover.
and the cover.
Which, as I recall, I've not been very impressed by any of the covers.
I mean, honestly, I was not impressed with these covers either.
Because it seems like they were all pretty much the same. They just changed the color a little bit.
Yeah.
It's lacking a little bit of imagination.
Yeah.
Although a lot of these covers
Hey.
are pretty similar if you walk through the book aisle, which we walk through a lot of book aisles in this household. It seems like there's an awful lot of similarities amongst these covers. And also, they're all titled The Blank of Blank and Blank.
Yeah, he's made that joke a lot lately.
Well, it's pretty accurate, though.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
A little more versatility. It's like going to a metal concert and everybody's wearing a black t-shirt. That's how I feel when we walk down.
Isn't that what metal concerts are?
Typically. But you know what I used to do when I went to metal concerts?
You wore a Hawaiian shirt.
I wore Hawaiian shirts.
I know what you did. I'm
I
just
know.
saying.
You weren't there, but you saw me leave the house.
Yeah, I did. I saw the pictures online.
Yep.
Everybody's in black, and there's Justin.
Hawaiian shirt. It's a good look. I was always easy to find.
I bet you were.
I actually had a couple of bands that recognized me. Like, we met one band at their merch booth, and he was like, "You're the Hawaiian shirt guy. We remember you from last time we were here."
Okay. Anyway, let's read the description.
I guess so.
Amelia is reeling from the shocking discovery that her twin sister Victoria is alive. But before she faces the demons of her past, Amelia yearns to claim her king, the seductive Prince of Wrath, in the flesh.
Urine means fucking.
Amelia doesn't simply desire his body, she wants his heart and soul. But that's something the enigmatic demon can't promise her.
Well, he's the devil. He doesn't have a soul. I'm gonna start interrupting these descriptions because I always feel like I want to, and I try to wait till the end, and I lose out on stuff.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Well, here we are.
When a high-ranking member of House Greed is assassinated, Amelia and Wrath are drawn to the rival demon court. Damning evidence points to Victoria as the murderer, and she's quickly declared an enemy of the Seven Circles of Hell. Despite her betrayal, Amelia will do anything to solve this new mystery and find out who her sister really is. Together, Amelia and Wrath play a sin-fueled game of deception as they work to stop the unrest that's brewing between witches, demons, shapeshifters,
Shapeshitters?
shut up, and the most treacherous foes of all, the feared. Amelia was warned that when it came to the wicked, nothing was as it seemed, but have the true villains been much closer all along? When the truth is finally revealed, it just might end up costing Amelia her heart.
Okay.
It's very wordy.
Yeah, very wordy. It honestly, like halfway through, I was like, nonsense. It just
Okay.
gibberish.
Okay, that's the cover.
There's the cover. They just changed it to red on this
Yeah.
one. They went.
Yep.
They did what, like a purple and a blue, and then they did a red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ta-da, cover.
Okay.
Okay.
Way to have no imagination.
Okay.
Illustrator of the cover. Although I don't know, like, based on this story, I don't know what you would make the cover.
Yeah.
But I don't think a skull wearing a crown would have been my choice.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done either, honestly.
Probably just some weird swirlies and flowers and shit, because that seems like what they do in a lot of them.
Rude.
Also, I'm real tired of getting ads on my Facebook and Instagram for weird book stuff because it hears me talking to you. And now I keep getting these ads of like Facebook groups of bitches that are reading these books and
Okay.
putting up weird pictures of dudes with their shirts off. I don't need all that.
You don't want to see the fan
weird
art?
erotic fan fiction.
It's not
It's erotic. It's Guy Fieri in a tub full of mustard.
Stop it.
Licking a corn dog.
Oh, God. Can we move on?
Do we have to move on from Guy Fieri fan fiction?
Yes.
That's what the people are here for.
It's not what I'm here for.
That's what I'm here for.
Get out.
All right. I guess, tell me about this book.
Okay.
I guess that's what we're actually here for.
Yes.
I'm also here to drink Nitro Pepsi. Nitro Pepsi, they're taking it off the market, and I'm real upset. I've got till the end of the year to drink, and by the time this comes out, I probably won't be able to buy Nitro Pepsi anymore, and I'm going to be real sad.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. So this starts with your favorite thing.
A prologue. A prologue that is not just going to tell you about the previous two books.
No.
It's going to completely talk about something unrelated to everything else in the story.
Yep.
Stupid.
Okay.
Who wrote this book?
Kerri Maniscalco.
Kerri, I know you're listening. Stop putting these stupid prologues in your books. For me. Also, no maps. Also, get a better illustrator for your covers.
Okay.
That's my list of demands.
Noted.
For the books that I don't read.
Can we move on?
Okay.
Okay. It's 20 years before what's currently happening.
Why the fuck are we talking about 20 years before? Damn it. Stupid.
Okay. Sophia Santorini steals the first book of spells. She's going to break one of the coven's rules, which is don't scry with black mirrors. She does the spell in...
None of the words you just said make sense to me.
Have you never heard of a coven before?
It's that witches?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to say there's a movie called The Coven.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Coven of Witches.
Yes.
Don't scry with black mirrors.
Don't attempt to have a vision using this special kind of mirror.
Black Mirror was also a TV show on
Yes.
Netflix. It's stupid. I couldn't get into it.
Okay.
But that's just like that. None of that made any sense. To
You don't
throw
make
those
any
words
sense.
together.
All right. She does the spell in a temple and asks the mirror to show her how to break the witch's curse.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yes. You proud of yourself?
Yeah, I am.
She sees the first witch cursing the devil, and then sees a well with memory crystals, which are just crystals that hold memories, in case you're wondering,
In a well.
in a well.
Yeah, this is the one that you said gets real wacky, right?
Uh-huh.
We're already there. A well full of crystals.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
It gets worse.
What is it? Is it in Sedona? Because that it seems like something that would be in Sedona. Come up back and look at our well full of crystals. We're going to do some yoga and watch this river, and there's a vortex. Shut up, you weird hippies.
Okay.
At least they all congregate in Sedona. They put them all in one spot. It's where they belong.
Okay. She sees another witch using a crystal to remove her memories, and then sees a bunch of overlapping images. Another witch grabs her and casts a spell to knock Sophia over. Sophia can't remember what she was doing and mumbles to herself over and over again, as above, so below.
It's a devil thing,
Yes.
right? I've never really understood that particular saying, but I know it is certainly associated. I know it's like a thing in the Book of Satan and the Church of Satan, Satanic Bible and stuff. They talk about that. That's a pretty common phrase, but I don't really get it. I don't know where it came from.
I don't either.
Okay.
We're just gonna roll with it.
All right, they're just gonna do it.
There's a lot of that in this book.
Okay.
So now we're in chapter 1.
Yay! Where the book actually starts, because that other thing, it's not related in any way, shape, or form. We're never going to go back to it. It's just there to be gibberish in the beginning.
Okay.
Does it ever come back?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Shut up. It starts immediately where the last book stopped,
Which was them fucking.
or about to. So Wrath and Amelia are in Wrath's room. They start making out. Amelia gets on the bed and then has a vision of herself chained to a wall while she's naked.
That's what she's into. Bondage and shit.
Because she got naked, thinking she was going to fuck him.
Yeah.
She realizes she's in a temple and then hears someone hiding. She figures out that it's Domenico Nucci, who she knew from way before.
Oh!
He's a werewolf.
Oh, right. He's also Italian.
Yes. Everybody's Italian.
Bunch of Guidos. They're all fist pumping. The Jersey Shore.
Okay.
From now on, I imagine they've all got blowouts like Pauly D.
Okay.
And six-pack abs like the Situation. Before he got fat. Then he went to prison. Then he got out of prison, he lost a bunch of weight, and then he got fat again.
Okay. Are we done with that?
Okay.
He asks if she knows what she is. And then Vittoria walks in. She has Domenico unchain Amelia.
I was gonna say, it's awkward to be all chained up, naked in front of your sister, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Amelia tells her to explain herself. Vittoria says she faked her death to set Amelia off to burn their enemies. And says that includes their family. So she wanted to set off this big revenge.
Chain reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amelia asks how Vittoria faked removing her heart. Because remember, it had just been
Yeah.
ripped the fuck out.
Gone.
And Vittoria says she didn't.
Oh, okay.
And tells her that choosing Wrath will have consequences. And then she leaves right before Wrath shows up.
Oh, you don't say marrying the devil has some consequences. Who
Yeah,
would've
who
thought?
would have figured?
Yeah, can't imagine.
So her body was basically kind of teleported away. So Wrath takes her back to his room. And then helps.
And he's like, my dick's hard. Like, you just disappeared. Get back here.
Rude.
Yeah, it is rude. She just up and left.
Not of her own volition.
Well, he thought he was about to get some, and she just disappeared on him.
That she didn't want to.
Well, so now they've not fucked.
They have
so
not.
they're not married.
Technically, no.
Right.
Okay. He helps Amelia get in a bath and says the first witch made a blade that can kill him. Amelia freaks out. He says he can sense it if it's close. He's like, no, don't worry. I'll be able to tell if it's coming near me.
Okay.
It's called the Blade of Ruination, also. That's
Alright.
going to come up later.
Cool.
Okay. Anir, who's the guy who works for Wrath, I was pretty sure you weren't going to remember who that was.
Nope. You're right.
He finds them and says, there's been a murder in Greed's castle.
There's been a murder in Savannah. That's a deep cut Office joke.
It is.
If you're into that one, you watch way too much of The Office, just like we do.
Yep. I'm learning that my coworkers are not as into it as I am.
Yeah, it always sucks when you make a deep cut joke and everybody
know.
looks at you like a crazy
Or
person.
they don't even realize what just happened.
Yeah.
Okay. They go to Greed's castle, and then they have to get on a gondola that will take them to Greed.
Seems like a pretty shitty form of transportation for hell. Gondolas.
It's a magic gondola.
It's a magic gondola. Does it have an Italian guy rowing it and singing songs like
No.
the ones in Vegas at the Venetian?
No, it just moves on its own.
Okay. Well, that's because it's magic.
Yes. Wrath also
There could
says...
still be an Italian guy singing to him.
Okay.
All right.
Wrath says it uses Greed's magic. And then she blows him in the boat.
Oh, cool. Little boat BJ, little Hummer action in the boat. It's like getting roadhead, but in a boat.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Waterhead, I guess.
I get a boat head?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not something I've ever done.
Fucking on a boat. Well, given the opportunity, I'd let you blow me in a boat. Just saying.
I am not surprised.
Can't imagine we'd ever be in a boat. Can't imagine I'd ever say no to a blowjob.
Okay. Let's move on.
I apologize, because someday our daughter will probably listen to this.
God, I hope not. Anyway, Lust catches them and then takes them to see Greed.
And Lust is like, this is right up my alley, actually.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
kind of what I'm into.
He makes a lot of dirty jokes.
Yeah. I can't relate.
Of course not.
I don't make any dirty jokes.
No, never.
It'd be inappropriate. Don't do that.
Nope.
Rude.
Okay. Greed has a skull with rubies in its eyes. And it talks. I don't know if you remember, for a while, Amelia was getting
In the Talking Skulls?
talking skulls.
Yeah.
Now Greed has one. It says, tick-tock goes the clock, counting down your dread. Unless you cede, you'll watch more bleed. To pay you back, the next attack will be the highest head.
So not only are they talking skulls, they just talk in like poetic riddles.
Yes.
Stupid. Do we ever find out where the skulls are coming from?
Well, the ones Amelia was getting were definitely from Victoria.
Okay.
They're trying to figure this one out.
Okay.
So the commander of his army was killed by a werewolf. And then Prince Sloth comes in, who's like the only one we haven't met at this point.
Well, Sloth, he was getting there. He's a little lazy.
Yeah. Greed then accuses Victoria, but Amelia thinks Victoria is being framed. And then Wrath announces that Victoria has declared war. She'll be executed as soon as she's found. And then they'll all sign like a blood oath to... So if someone finds her, they'll turn her over and it'll be a thing. And then her and Wrath go to a castle. Wrath tells her to be careful. He explicitly said no official house members could help Victoria because Amelia is not a house member yet. They're not married yet.
Right.
So she can do whatever
She's
she
still
wants.
going rogue.
And then Amelia says the commander might have been something other than just a demon.
Also, like, how upset is she going to be if her sister gets killed? Like, she thought she was dead all along. Also, it seems like her sister's kind of just been causing a ruckus behind the scenes and not
Yeah.
really doing anybody any favors. So I'd be like, fuck, get rid of her. Who cares? This bitch has been pretending she's been dead for years.
I mean, it's been a few months at this point.
Whatever, still. And all she's done is cause problems. How about just get rid of her? Spend a little time on the couch fucking your devil husband.
They'll get there.
Watch some TV or something. Just
Okay.
every one of these books, they never just calm down and take it easy. They've always got to be the center of attention and causing problems.
Look, I don't know if you know this, but the point of fantasy books is that there is no, like, calm down. Like, it's high stakes, high pressure, there's a lot happening. I like it that way.
I'm very much let's just sit on the couch. We don't need to go do all these things.
I know.
I guess that's more real life. I guess that doesn't make a real good book.
No.
They sat on the couch for 15 years. Let's just go to the next chapter. Oh, they're still sitting on the couch. Oh, there's still nothing on TV. Oh, they're watching reruns of Jersey Shore. Yeah.
Okay. They decide Amelia's gonna get drunk and make a scene
Of course.
so that, like, she has a plausible reason to leave before they sign the oath because
Right.
she doesn't want to sign it.
Got it.
So Amelia goes to the casino later because it's agreed, so he's gonna have a big casino there.
Nice. He's an Indian. Indian with the feather, not the dot. Casino Indian.
Native American.
Same difference.
No.
They still call them Indian casinos.
I don't.
They don't call them Native American casinos, they call them Indian casinos.
Either way, I'm not a fan of that. You're encouraging Christopher Columbus's stupidity.
Christopher Columbus, also Italian. Oh!
Anyway,
We called them Indians for a really long time.
yeah, because we were also dumb.
Well, I grew up being taught that they were Indians.
So did I.
Yeah.
Dumb. Okay. She sees Lust sitting at a table, so she stands next to him. There's another demon sitting with Lust. So she asks Lust what his magic can do, and then he says he can give pleasure without taking it. And that he doesn't even have to touch her to do it,
So you can just make her come from across the table.
basically.
Cool. I guess that's a gift.
Wrath storms over.
It's like having one of those remote control vibrators, but he's got the remote for everybody, and he can just press the buttons whenever he wants to.
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty fun.
So Wrath storms over. Amelia tells him to leave and asks Lust to use his magic on her. She sits on the other demon's lap and then starts asking about the commander. The demon says she had been distracted lately. She wasn't originally from Greed's territory. And she liked women, but she didn't really have any real relationships. Amelia stands up and this other demon starts jerking off. So parts of the ceiling start falling on top of him.
Like, because of his jerking off?
No, because of Wrath.
Okay.
Wrath is losing his shit.
Do these demons just have, like, a standard penis? Do they
Yeah.
have, like, a bad dragon penis?
No, as far as I'm, based on what I read in the book.
For those of you not familiar, by the way, go ahead and go to Bad Dragon's website right now. Just pause this and go look up Bad Dragon, and
Okay.
you'll understand what I'm talking about. Also, I just assume... I talk about Guar a lot on this podcast, but it's a band called Guar. They're guys who wear these big crazy suits, and they're supposed to be aliens, and it's a really fun time. Anyway, the lead singer of Guar on his suit has like 4 dicks.
Oh my
So
god.
it looks like cow udders, and at one point he like holds his 4 dicks and he sprays all over the crowd.
Oh
and
my
stuff.
God.
Because their whole thing is they spray like blood and everything
yes.
all over the place. But yeah, he sprays fake cum all over everybody in the concerts. So it's a pretty fun thing. So I just assume these demons are one of these like 4-cocked things that
No,
it's just got one.
no. I have recently read a book that had multiple dicks.
Awesome.
It was the mermaid book.
How do mermaids? We're gonna have to get into mermaid dicks. Boy, just be prepared. There's gonna be a deep dive into mermaid dicks when we get to that.
But it's not this one. There's just one. Standard issue.
Standard issue off the rack penis.
Yes.
Okay. It's
Whoops.
like a Honda Accord.
Move on.
Okay.
Oh my god. So Wrath picks her up and takes her to her room, and then they have sex. Amelia has a vision in the middle of them fucking, but it's of them like doing the same thing somewhere else.
Just fucking somewhere different.
Yeah. And getting tattoos on their hands. And then she sees the same tattoo has shown up on her hand. It says forever yours in Latin. Amelia starts freaking out, and then Wrath tells her to remember. She says she knows who she is. You're never gonna guess.
What?
You're never gonna guess who she is.
Who? I don't know who she is.
She's the goddess of fury.
What?
Yes.
Where does that come from?
A thing that has not really been mentioned up
God
until this
damn
point.
it. You're just making shit up.
Wrath says he needs to sign the oath. And then Amelia realizes Victoria is the goddess of death. So fury and death.
Why is this thing that hasn't been mentioned at all now suddenly?
There have been like a couple, there's like been small mentions of like, oh yeah, pray to the goddesses for whatever. But
Okay, so they're not witches, they're goddesses now.
yes,
Damn it.
they get in a carriage to go back to Wrath's castle, and they hear wolves outside. Turns out they're surrounded by werewolves. Victoria is there and says she got tired of waiting for Amelia. And then Victoria gives herself claws and tears out a werewolf heart. And so, like, the guy dies, but then she just puts the heart back in and he's fine. Because
Okay.
she's the goddess of death.
Right. Well, that would be like a life thing, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's supposed to be like she can.
She's a necromancer. She can bring things
Kind
back
of,
from the
yeah.
dead a little bit.
Victoria says they don't belong with demons. Wrath starts to fight all the werewolves off. And then Amelia gets attacked, but Wrath saves her. So Victoria stabs Wrath with, and what they think at the time is the Blade of Ruination.
But he would have been able to know that was there, right?
Yeah, but he was also apparently distracted.
Okay.
Anyway,
Holes in the story.
Amelia loses it and sets all the werewolves on fire.
Boom.
And then Victoria knocks her out. Then Amelia wakes up under tree roots in a barred room.
So her sister's a real cunt.
Yeah, kind of. At this point, she's cunty McCunt.
Yeah. Should have just left her for dead.
I mean, when was she supposed to leave her for dead?
Well, she was all upset that she was dead and was like, oh, my sister. Well, your sister's kind of a bitch, so don't be sad.
Okay.
Also, why would she not want to sign the pact then if she wants to get her caught anyway?
Well, because by signing the pact, if she signed the oath, then she's bound to the oath, which means she has to turn Victoria in.
Yeah, well, wouldn't she want to turn her in? Because everybody's trying to find her to kill her.
No, she's still convinced Victoria's Victoria's fucked up, but she didn't kill this person. Okay.
Just kill her.
So she starts yelling for Victoria and realizes Envy is in there with her. He says he refused her advances and her alliance. And then she asks what a shadow witch is. He says, shadow, because you possess a mere shade or shadow of your true power. Witch, because with so much dilution of your magic, that is what you are. What all witches are, descendants of goddesses. And then Victoria comes to their cell. Envy says Amelia and Wrath are fated. And then Amelia casts a truth spell and makes Victoria tell her where Wrath is. She says she didn't kill the commander. So officially, they know Victoria did not kill the commander.
Okay.
Amelia asks why she's there. And Victoria says it's time to shed her mortality and reclaim their house, which is the House of Vengeance.
Okay.
All you have to do is let me remove that mortal heart they gave you.
Let me rip your heart out right quick.
Yes. Victoria suggests that their grandmother put someone else's heart in Amelia to make her more mortal. Amelia needs to willingly give up that heart, but even then she might not survive. So Victoria leaves, and then Envy says they're under the cursed tree, the one that, I don't know if you remember, she had to carve a thing in the tree and then take a leaf.
Yeah, take the leaves off, and yeah, weren't there two different trees, or was it just one tree that had a million magic powers?
It was one tree.
Okay, I thought there were two different ones.
The tree can only be opened with goddess blood, so Wrath won't be able to find them. And then they hear a cough, and Antonio is in the room next to them. Antonio is the person who supposedly killed Victoria.
Right.
Antonio says Victoria promised to bring his mother back to life if he helped her. And then Victoria sneaks in and rips out his heart.
Lie detector determined that was a lie.
And now you're dead. And we start saying their mother, the crone, liked Amelia better. And then their mother, the crone, who's also Celestia, comes up behind Victoria and then makes the tree roots like wrap around her so she can't get out. And then Celestia opens the cell and tells her and Envy to run. And then Amelia finds her knife on the way out. They go to the gates of hell, but they can't open them because Envy says the witches have cast a spell. So basically her grandmother locked her in there.
So Grandma's kind of a cunt too?
Yes.
Cool.
Envy says there is a secret portal to the shifting isles. So they go to Pride's castle because the portal is on his land. And then they get attacked by demons. One says that Wrath will be dead soon, so she cuts off its head and takes it inside the castle.
Keeping this as a trophy.
Well, but she like throws it on the floor, actually.
Oh, okay.
So Pride is sitting on a throne. Amelia says they need the portal, and he says no. So
My portal. Can't have it.
yeah, she vows to destroy him if he doesn't help her. And then Wrath comes in. Pride says he was testing Amelia's loyalty. He heard that the commander wasn't happy working with Greed, and she had asked Pride about the portal the commander had. So, again, the commander may not have been killed at all at this point. She may have left and faked her own death.
Okay.
Wrath takes Amelia to the magic lagoon that they went to in the second book. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, because the creature was there. Black Lagoon.
Okay.
The creature. You can't. There's keywords that just trigger things in my brain. Lagoon is one of them.
Okay. He says he carries antidotes at all times, so that's why he's okay now.
Also, he's the devil.
Also, he's the devil, yeah. They get in the water so Amelia can heal, and then guess what?
They fucking in the water.
They fuck in the water.
Don't fuck in the magic lagoon water. You're gonna get cum all over the place. Be a bunch of floaters in the magic lagoon. Gross.
We had sex in a hot tub once.
We did.
Twice.
I remember once.
Texas? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him figure that out on his own time.
I don't remember this. Oh, I do remember that.
Okay.
Okay, we did that.
Okay.
We also fucked in a sauna on our honeymoon. That was cool.
I was sick.
Yeah. You took it like a champ, though.
Thanks. Anyway, they go back to Wrath's room, and then Amelia gets yanked away again. So she's back in the temple, chained to the wall. Domenica was there.
Bitch is real into bondage.
No, she doesn't like it.
She's getting all chained up.
Damn it, Justin.
Probably naked again.
No, she's not naked this time. I
Okay.
don't think so. She asks where Vittoria is, and then he says Vittoria will be there soon with a guest. And then Vittoria walks in dragging Nana Maria, who's their grandmother.
She's a bitch anyway.
Yeah. And
Shut
then-
your face, Grandma.
Okay. And then Amelia hears Nana praying for protection. Vittoria says she found Nana hexing the gates. And then Amelia asks why Nana resorted to human sacrifice. Because they had to kill 2 children and then put those hearts into Amelia and Vittoria.
Right.
Nana says it was for the greater good, which is always
Yeah.
sound logic.
Also, they were shitty little kids anyways, so.
Justin.
Nobody liked those kids. They were little bastards.
Vittoria then asks her about Sophia Santorini, who was the woman in the prologue. Look, it's already coming back
Right.
around.
Great.
Suck it.
Great. A real necessary prologue.
Nana says she caught Sophia in Death's temple. So Nana was the person who knocked Sophia out and fucked her up.
Okay.
She made sure that what she saw never left the room. Then Nana says Wrath was cursed to hate Amelia. The first witch said what he loved would be taken from him. So then Amelia starts getting more memories back. Her and Vittoria were pretending to be the same person because they're identical twins. They were working with the first witch. The plan was Vittoria would seduce Pride, and then Amelia would seduce Wrath. The first witch wanted her daughter, who was Pride's wife, to think Pride didn't care about her. So this whole convoluted plan to get Pride's wife to walk in on Pride fucking somebody else, and then fucking Wrath. It's a mess.
Yeah. It's a mess.
But Wrath figured out what they were doing, and then Amelia fell in love with him and decided not to go through with the plan. And Amelia disappeared right after that. Vittoria says she looked for her. The witches had sacrificed 2 newborns, gave Vittoria and Amelia their hearts. And then Vittoria says Wrath still can't fully love her. She tells Amelia to find her once she figures that out. And then Amelia says not to take her against her will again and leaves.
Also, don't go Planned Parenthood on any more kids.
That's no. No. It's not how that works.
It's so funny.
Okay. So she wakes up in Wrath's bed, and tells him what happened. They start speculating that the commander might have staged her death, and then they go outside and see red stars in the shape of a heart with a dagger. Wrath says it's the symbol of the vampire court.
Now there's going to be vampires.
An emissary will be there soon. So they go to Wrath's throne room, and then a vampire named Blade walks in with someone named Cersei.
Vampire named Blade. That's a comic book. They made a whole movie. They made 3 movies.
Well,
Blade the Vampire.
there's a Blade the vampire here too.
All right.
Amelia recognizes
Was it
Cersei.
Wesley Snipes? Because isn't it Wesley Snipes? Or
Yeah,
yeah, it was Wesley Snipes.
but I think they either remade it or they are remaking it.
I don't know. He did the original ones, the 3 movies.
Yeah, and then he went bankrupt.
Yeah, there was a pro wrestler in one of them, so that's why I know about those movies.
Okay. Anyway, Amelia recognizes Cersei as the first witch. The vampire says he's there to form an alliance and says they had a visit from Victoria and a demon/werewolf. Amelia thinks it was Vesta, the commander.
Who's not dead.
Who's not dead. Wrath says Blade brought the first witch as a distraction and then accuses him of lying. Cersei moves and Wrath freezes her in place. She's literally got like a block of ice all over her.
Okay. He's Mr. Freeze from Batman.
Yes. Wrath.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger one. Which, that's the best Batman movie ever made. The one where George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell, and they've got the nipples on the Batman costumes, and Mr. Freeze as Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's the best Batman movie ever made. I stand by it. Go back and watch it if you don't believe me. It's way better than any of that crap that Christian Bale did, where he talks like this all the time because he's a real tough guy. Fuck those movies. I just couldn't even make it through any of them. They were terrible. Also, that vampire kid, he's Batman now, and that one was no good. It was too dark. I couldn't even see anything.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah. Vampire kid. Bat nipples. That's my favorite Batman.
Okay, let's move on. Jesus Christ. Wrath tells Blade to confess and then has Anir bring in a vampire woman. The woman wears a necklace that makes her look exactly like Amelia. She says she was supposed to seduce Wrath so Cersei could take Amelia to the vampire court. And then Wrath rips the vampire's head clean off.
Right off with their heads.
Blade says she was the vampire princess fiance, and Wrath was like, well, oops.
Too bad.
So Amelia and Wrath go to the kitchen. She asks why the vampires wanted her. Wrath says because they could put her under a thrall. Basically make them do whatever they wanted.
It's not a real word.
Yes, it is.
It's made up.
You're made up.
This whole thing's made up. It's crazy.
That's how the books work, yes.
It's so wacky. Why is it all over the place in this one?
They talk about the commander and think she's still alive. And then Amelia wonders if maybe Greed sent himself that fancy skull. They start making out, but then Lust barges in.
And he's like, let me get in on this, because I'm lust.
He reminds Wrath that there's a fight happening in the pit soon. He says your husband provides his court a way to unleash their sin of choice, while also allowing mortal souls a chance at redemption.
Pit fight!
Yes. Amelia tries to sleep, but then ends up going to Celestia's tower and looks through all her spells. She finds a forgetting spell, then finds a vial.
She finds a forgetting spell, but she already forgot it.
Okay. Then she finds a vial that says to prevent the ill effects of love or other strong emotions from taking root, and realizes she saw Wrath drinking it. So basically, if Wrath falls in love with her again, the curse is going to restart. And then Amelia is just going to forget everything again.
Okay.
So then Fauna comes in, who was her friend from the last book.
Okay. I'll believe you on that.
Okay. And then Amelia says she needs her help to break the curse. They talk about the curse on Wrath. And Fauna says the first witch made a blood offering to a goddess, according to Wrath. They test whether that's necessary by having Fauna make a sacrifice to Amelia, but nothing happens. And then they try it with Victoria, but nothing happens. So Amelia decides that she needs to talk to Vittoria directly. So they summon Domenico, who's real pissy about it.
Oh!
Okay. And he takes her through a portal. They end up in the monastery, which is basically where everything started. It's where she found Vittoria.
Right.
She asks Domenico about the commander, and he just doesn't say anything. And then he takes her to her old house. Amelia realizes the house is shimmering like a mirage. And then Vittoria comes up behind her and tells her to see the truth. The house turns into a temple. Vittoria says they were never in Sicily. They were on the Shifting Isles. So basically, this is the hell part of hell where people get like tormented for eternity by reliving memories and stuff.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
you were gonna say something.
It's stupid.
Oh, okay.
It's stupid. It's wacky. This one really, you weren't kidding when you said it goes off the rails. It really does.
We're not done yet.
Oh, God.
Amelia realizes that's where the mortal souls go.
This is real season 7 of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Vittoria says the mortals don't know. The witches brought them there so they couldn't hurt anyone in the mortal world. And then Amelia realizes Vittoria set all of this off by summoning greed. So that's like the first thing that she did that set off all these domino effects. Because that alerted Wrath to their presence. And Vittoria says one of them deserves a happy ending. So Vittoria's decided to not be a cunt all of a sudden.
Okay. Don't trust her.
Amelia asks if Vittoria killed the commander. She says no. And then Amelia says Wrath will let her co-rule House Vengeance. Because that's what Vittoria has been ruled about. Is that if Amelia marries Wrath again, she'll have to give up her seat of power as a goddess.
Okay.
But first, Vittoria needs to stop causing so much fucking trouble.
Just calm down for a minute.
And then Amelia decides she wants to have her mortal heart removed. So Vittoria puts her on a table and then pulls her heart out.
Cool.
But then Amelia gets all of her memories back and passes out. She wakes up and tells Vittoria she wants to enact vengeance before she leaves. And then she goes back to Wrath's castle, to the tower, and finds Fauna. She realizes Fauna is afraid of her now. And then Fauna asks if she attacked the witches. Because that was her vengeance. She was going to attack the witches.
Okay.
Amelia says it was justified. And then Fauna says she might know how to break the curse on Wrath. She found out the Blade of Ruination can break curses. But you have to go to the Well of Memories first, where the crystals are.
The crystal well.
Pay a tithe and be deemed worthy. But sometimes people get trapped in memories while they're there. So she's got to be very careful. Wrath comes in right as Fauna runs out and says she could have died. She says hell doesn't need to be afraid of her. She burned down the witches' restaurant only because they deserved it.
Also, if you die in hell, where you go?
Well, hell is for, like, the mortals. They're not mortal.
So
They just cease to exist, I think.
hell's not like an afterlife in this?
It is for mortal people.
So again, if you die in hell, what, you cease to be?
I guess. I
Okay.
think so. Okay.
This parrot has ceased to be. That's an old Monty Python scheme. It's good stuff.
Okay. He says Greed found out the witches are planning to retaliate. So now the witches are mad.
Everybody's mad.
They go stand outside Greed's castle. All the witches show up. Amelia starts setting them on fire.
They all go, hey.
And then she sees Nana. Wrath gets hit with an arrow, and then Amelia kills all of them. All at once. She asks Greed why everyone keeps coming after him, and he says they probably owe him something. Because that's his thing. He's got debts.
Maybe just kill him too. He seems to be the cause of a lot of problems.
He says he's going to have a ball in their honor. So they go to the ball. Amelia can tell everyone is afraid of her.
Yeah, because she just killed a bunch of people.
Yep. Basically, in like 2 seconds flat.
Yeah.
She says she wants to go to the Well of Memory, and then Wrath then takes them there with magic. She goes to a statue. It's in Wrath's garden.
Again, sometimes he just uses magic and they just teleport places, and then other times they take a stupid gondola. Doesn't make any sense.
So they're not supposed to use magic to travel inside other people's castles and territories.
Whatever.
That's the thing. He can use it to get back to his own territory. Okay.
He's the devil. I think he can break some rules if he wants to and teleport wherever the fuck he wants.
Okay.
He's the devil in hell. He makes the rules.
She gets into the well and then asks it out loud where the Blade of Ruination is, and then touches a crystal on the wall. It shows her a memory of a little werewolf being taken from her family by greed. I wonder if that's going to be important later.
Yeah. Can't imagine that's going to have anything to do with the story.
She asks about the blade again. It shows her a memory of Cersei trying to bargain with Wrath.
And you're like, hey, stupid well, I'm asking you a question. Give me a goddamn answer.
She takes his wings and he offers a new bargain. She can't enter hell for 6 years, 6 months, and 6 days. She says if he doesn't break the curse in that time, it will never be broken. And then if he does, she will be banished forever. And then Amelia asks about the blade again. And then she sees a memory of Lucia, who is Cersei's daughter. Cersei is telling her not to be involved with Pride. Lucia broke things off with him. She says she wants to forget and go to Sicily. So Cersei gives her a package with a spell and a dagger. Cersei says Pride will find her eventually, and the dagger is for her protection. And Lucia knows a secret about it. Another witch does a forgetting spell and says her new name is Claudia. Claudia was her friend from back in Sicily.
Okay. But was she actually in Sicily, or was it all...
It was never actually Sicily, but
Okay.
they thought it was Sicily.
Right.
Like I said.
Mirage pretend Sicily.
Yes. So then Amelia goes to Wrath's dungeon. She finds Cersei still frozen. So she starts melting the ice until just her head is free. And then Amelia threatens to tell Lucia the truth, unless Cersei tells her about the blade. Cersei says Lucia's blade activates the dagger, and it has to be given freely. So Amelia finds Wrath and asks how much time is left in his curse. You want to guess?
1 day.
It's 1 day.
Of course. Of course. If it was like, oh yeah, I still got like 2 or 3 months, you know.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
You know? No, gotta be right now.
She tells him she knows how to break the curse, and then they have sex.
Of course they do. We're on a really, really tight time constraint, but I figured out how to save you. Hey, but we should probably fuck first. I mean, we've got time for that. We've got 24 hours. I don't know what we're gonna do with the other 23 hours and 56 minutes.
Okay. So afterward, Amelia summons Domenico. He takes her through the portal again, and then she goes to look for Claudia. Meanwhile, she sees Carolina, who is Claudia's quote-unquote aunt, and Nana meeting. She knocks on Claudia's door, so they must have escaped the thing before Amelia set everybody on fire.
Oh, right.
Claudia asks what's happening, and then Amelia says not to trust the witches, and says she's looking for the Blade of Ruination. Claudia says she'll have the gift. She'll have to give it. Claudia says.
I like how at this point your notes have gotten so confusing because this story is so all over the place that you can't even keep
Well,
track.
I typed this sentence weird, so I'm trying to read it, and then I'm like, that's not what I meant to say. What did I mean to say? Claudia says she'll have to give the blade all of her magic. And she has to let Wrath stab her. She'll only have an hour after Claudia activates the blade. And then Amelia gives her a crystal and says it has her memories. It's her choice if she wants to remember or not. Claudia says she'll think about it and then activates the blade. So Amelia goes back to Wrath. He refuses to stab her because why would you?
What? Because that's the whole thing.
Well, yeah, but also,
Did she not explain to him?
I mean, yes, but also,
Does he have to like? Can he not like stab her in the arm or something?
unclear.
Okay, well, like, yeah, fuck, stab me in the hand or some shit. Whatever, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. They argue about it for a while. He finally agrees and then also takes out the amulets that are actually his wings.
Right.
He stabs her while they're making out. And then his wings come back. Yay.
Yeah, he's got his wings.
And then they have sex on his desk.
Every time you stab a bitch, your devil gets his wings.
Okay. Okay. They take a bath, and Wrath says she needs to have a coronation within the hour. Says the witches might attack again soon. She needs to be coronated in the Sin Corridor. Do you remember that?
It's a place for sinning.
Yes. And he says he's giving Cersei to Pride. So, because Cersei fucked him over by, like, making his wife hate him, kind of. So,
Right.
Emilia gets ready for her coronation and tells Fauna to give Vittoria a letter. Her and Wrath meet everyone at the Sin Corridor. Vittoria and Domenico show up. Emilia asks where the commander is. She is actually Domenico's half-sister. Emilia says Greed took her when she was little, and then she makes Greed agree to let her go if she wants to leave. Her real name is Marcella, by the way, so Domenico brings Marcella, and then Wrath revokes Greed's blood oath because she never actually died, so there's nothing to avenge here. Emilia is crowned. They have a party at Gluttony's castle, and then Emilia talks to Pride about his wife, and also thinks that maybe he might be into Vittoria.
Okay.
And then she goes to House Vengeance and talks to Vittoria, and then goes back to Wrath. They finish their binding ceremony, and then he gives her some of his magic, so she can do magic again. Yay!
Yay, magic.
And that's the end of the book.
That's it?
That's it.
It actually ends. It's like a anticlimactic ending, a little bit.
I mean,
I guess, like, her setting everybody on fire and killing everybody was kind of their big moment.
yeah, I mean, those last couple of chapters were really like a wrap-up kind of thing.
Yeah.
They did, even just taking the notes, I was like, wow, this is dragging on longer than it needed to.
Yeah. Seems like an awful lot of stuff. A little fluff at the end there.
Yeah, and she's also doing a spin-off series.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It seems like she almost was setting up for something else to go on.
Yeah, so there are 2 books out right now. One of which I've read. The other I have it hold at the library.
Oh, great!
So I'm going to read it soon because it just came out not that long ago.
I'm surprised the library has it already.
Well, I put the Kindle version on hold.
Oh, okay.
They get the digital copies way quicker than the physical copies.
Right. They get the physical copies whenever the local government says, "Here's your spending dollars."
Yeah. So.
That was it was a lot. It was all over the place. I don't think it was very good.
Speaking of, what do you think I rated it?
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, because it really, like, you know that meme where they show, like, the different parts of things and then they've got, like, the horse underneath it and the horse is on fire? This one's definitely the part where it looks like a little kid drew a stick figure.
Okay.
Like, it fell apart in the back end here.
I mean, it had, like, a lot of good potential, and it was still a good time, but, man, it just...
It got real convoluted. There was a lot of unnecessary shit thrown in there.
It sounded so simple in the first book, and then it just got
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah. Was not a huge fan of this one. Probably would not like a movie of this.
Okay.
And I was okay. Like, the first 2 were okay. They were fine. You
might like a movie of the next book we're talking about.
Is it the multi-dicked mermaids?
No, we're going to get to that eventually.
Okay. I thought you were going to I mean, I would definitely like a movie of multi-dicked mermaids.
Okay.
What's the next one?
When the Moon Hatched.
Oh, it's
This
that
big,
that's-
thick one.
God damn it! There's so many pages. I'll tell you straight away. I would not like a movie of that unless you're going to edit the fuck out of it.
Okay. Anyway.
You know how I feel about movies. If they're over an hour and a half, I am out.
Okay.
Out.
Anyway. That's next for us is When the Moon Hatched. Justin's in for a good time.
What came first? Chicken or the moon?
Actually, it's a dragon or the moon.
No, whatever.
The dragons turn into moons when they die.
That's fake news.
It's a real thing. That's why it's got that's where the title comes from.
God damn it. Well, if the moon hatched and then there was a dragon, then the dragon didn't die and become the moon. A different dragon laid the moon.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to have this conversation next time.
Yeah, so we'll get into it
We're
next time.
stepping on my own dick here a little bit. Getting ahead of
Gross.
myself.
Anyway. Follow us on Facebook and TikTok. If it still exists by the time this comes out.
That's true. TikTok might not be a thing anymore.
Nah.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
We will see you next time.
Okay, bye.